All right, Ty. We started doing this haircut right here, where we're take the sides shorter, taper out here, and then cut the top and make it look kind of like messy. Yeah. Did you like it last time? Did your mom like it last time? Mom, did you like it last time? Yeah. Are we changing anything? You want to thin it out a little bit? Yeah. We could thin it out without taking out a lot of length if you want to do that. Okay. But you like the last cut? We can do it again? Yeah. Okay, so we're still going to do the taper. We're going to take the sides down, and we're going to trim the back and leave the front a little longer and make it messy. Cool? But this time, I'm going to thin it out. Awesome. Let's do it. This is the haircut that we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be a lot of riz. Yo, why is his jawline like this, Ty? What's up with his jawline? Why is he flexing the hell hard? We're gonna take the sides down. We're gonna taper out here, and then we're gonna do like the messy top, and his hair is really thick, so we're gonna thin it out. So first thing is you wanna wet all the hair. All right, so we're gonna do a taper. It's gonna be a crop. It's gonna be a messy crop. We're gonna make him look like he has a lot of riz. You know what riz is, Ty?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what the riz is. All right, get the hair fully saturated. Yo, this haircut is getting more and more popular by the day. It's crazy. All right, shoulders back. Awesome, amazing. Now, I like the version of this haircut. Sometimes people will let like everything come over the sides and it looks kind of like a mushroom. I like the version of this haircut where it's a lot more connected, flowy. So right now we're just doing black graduation. We're pulling everything over to the sides. When we get past the ear point, we're gonna bring it off the scalp so we can preserve a little bit more length, take a corner to the recession, and we're gonna make sure we get all this really tight because we're gonna do a fade into here. That way nothing hangs over the side, so even though he has longer hair, he can still look very clean and presentable, and he doesn't look like he got like a mop on the top of his head. I'm not taking a lot off because he came in for a haircut like 2-3 weeks ago, so there's not a lot to take off. Past the ear, we're gonna start to over direct, bring this out a little bit, bring this out a little bit, corner from the recession up. Now we make sure that everything past the ear is tight to the scalp. Now, we're gonna do a slight trim on everything. Slight trim because he still wants to grow it out a little bit, but then we're gonna thin it out. So I'll take everything up in like to a middle section, pull everything up here, look at my guide from here, and we're just gonna take a little bit off. It's very minimal, because the main thing is that we just wanna texture it and thin it out. You know, even if I were gonna take off a lot of length, I would still do everything the exact same. And this kind of debulks everything on top while also giving me a guide in the middle. Now in the front, I don't want it to be too heavy. So I'm gonna bend my fingers a little bit, and I'm gonna layer the front so it can fall down super nice and not fall into his forehead super heavy. Back here, start to pull horizontal sections, and I'm gonna point cut for texture. I'm just gonna run this all the way back. You see my guide in the middle? I'm just gonna point cut into that. And it's important that it's actually not super perfect and even all the way out, because then you're not gonna have as much texture as if you kind of create that unevenness that happens whenever something's textured. That's why you see me cutting it like this. Some people might think it looks uneven, but you need, this kind of unevenness, but consistency to create that texture look so, you can have that messy look in your hair. Whether you're a barber or whether you're a client that wants this look, you want to make sure that you're asking to get your hair kind of cut with some texture, that they kind of point cut into your hair a little bit. Now, we're going to thin it out because it's super thick. So I'm just going to take sections right here, and we're just going to, I don't want to go too low. Like, I don't want to go all the way to the root. I'm gonna take bigger sections, come in, and start to thin this out. I want a texture look, I want it to be thinned out, but I also don't want like a frizzy mess here on the front, right where I layered it. Now we're gonna take a little bit of clay. We have some clay right here, some 245 clay. Open it up, grab a little bit. You just need a little bit, you don't need too much. I really like this clay, especially like for these textured looks. Emulsify and go crazy. So everywhere, get this into the roots. Now I'm gonna really style his hair at the end. I just have this product in there, but I'm gonna go and just blow dry the sides real quick so we can get into the fade and the taper. Put my thumb right over the cowlick, so it can help the cowlick lay down. See how it helps to just lay down a little bit? Just blast all this hair on the sides. See, now the top's cut, and now we can get straight into fading. See, everything's laying down. Since we already went and connected in the sides, this clipper work's gonna be super easy. I have my 3, I'm just gonna go straight up into that. And you're gonna see that there's not a lot to clean up. Anything that we do need to clean up, we can always scissor or comb it, which would really just be this kind of weight line right here. And when I'm doing this, I'm just going straight up. Now we'll go with the 2, right into that 3. We're gonna go a little bit tighter than this on the sides. This type of fade is like a taper fade. When you have, a tapered kind of skin on the sides and back, while still having some hair on the side of his head, which Ty really likes. So this is a 1 open. I'm just passing it all on the side of his head so we can keep all this lower. And then we're gonna do our skin taper here and in the back. Want to touch your head down a little bit, buddy? So if you never had a taper before, a taper is really, really cool. In my opinion, it's a lot better than just like squaring it off on the sides and back. It grows in a lot nicer too, in my opinion. But everybody has their preferences. this whole weight line is what we're gonna blend out. We're gonna get into this taper. We already have our one open, so right from the one open, the one closed. I'm gonna throw our half right there. And you see this kind of opening in his hairline. We're gonna try to keep a little bit of hair there so it doesn't look like too big of a taper. This is where we bring the skin in. Shaver line right under that. And now we just blend this out. Closed, one click, two click, and you're blended out. Now we just need our half guard. Half guard, halfway open, because like I said, we already have our one closed right there. Trying to be careful with this spot right here. Sometimes barbers get confused because, you know, you have the kid that says that he wants one thing, and you got the mom that says she wants something else. And the most important thing is you listen to the person that's paying, because the person that's paying is the person, you know, that has more investment into this haircut. I always try to listen to the parent, because usually they're the one that's paying. They're the one that's gonna bring the kid back. And you wanna make sure that, like, you know, you're having a thorough consultation with the mom, with the dad, with whoever's kind of bringing the kid in. Because what you don't want to do is listen to the kid and then like the parent disagree at the end, and then now you got to change up the whole haircut. You might as well just go ahead and talk to the person in charge. And for the barbers that don't like cut kids, me personally, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. Kids are huge, man. Like kids will bring in parents, kids will bring in multiple people. Sometimes you'll have one dad with 3 kids, and like, you know, that one dad is not going to continue to go to a barbershop where his 3 kids can get a haircut. It's just too much. Kids are important, man. You got to be cutting the kids, man. Unless you're at that point where you're like a premium barber and you don't care if you lose out some clients because you don't cut kids. Can you believe that, Ty? That some barbers don't want to cut kids? Can you believe that, Ty? Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel, Ty. I feel the same way. Same thing, trying to be aware of this spot right here. We don't want to take no Riz away from Ty. We want to keep Ty with as much Riz as humanly possible. Right, Ty? Right, Ty? There you go. All right, go ahead and touch your head down a little bit, buddy. One close. Hold our half. Same steps, man. You do the same steps on every side. You can have a consistent, good looking haircut. Put your head down, buddy. Perfect. Right there. Keep it right there. So now we have our taper done. Now we're just gonna go and line everything up. We're gonna blend out this weight line. Bless you, buddy. We're gonna blend out this weight line and style the top.
You know, we always talk about different products with Tune 45, but I believe that there's one that is underrated that you never hear about, and is my favorite product out of the color, out of the fibers, all that stuff. This right here, it's a little empty as you can see because I use it all the time, but the Tune 45 airbrush cleaner for the Beam Team XL, or if you use a regular compressor, you can use it. But anyways, this stuff is phenomenal. Let me tell you what, my airbrush gun, it used to get clogged up all the time. But ever since we got this, man, this stuff better than alcohol. I don't know what kind of magic they put in this stuff, but let me tell you what, man, it cleans your airbrush. I just put it in there and I leave it overnight. When I get here in the morning, it's ready to go, never clogs up. And it's all because of this stuff right here. So you better get you some of this if you use your airbrush.
Right here. Tap and go, tap and go, tap and go, tap and go. And keeping this little bit of hair there kind of helps to cover up that spot a little bit while also still making it look like he has a taper right here instead of, if I would have blended out, it would have looked like a way bigger taper, and it would have looked like it had a spot in it too. So that kind of helps to max that a little bit. Close your eyes, buddy. Yep, perfect. Yeah, sometimes whenever we open our eyes, it'll change this area. But sometimes it's just easier to let your client know to kind of close their eyes a little bit, even when you're like, even when you're doing like their front hairline. Now this weight line, we're gonna blend this out. I'm just gonna kind of clean up his lining a little bit in the front. And the cool thing about this haircut too is like, since he's young, even if he doesn't style his hair a lot every single day, it's still gonna look good. It's gonna be messy on top, short on the sides. So whether he styles this or not, it's gonna look nice. Now his mom may feel different. His mom might be like, Ty, you better style your hair. Right, Ty? Yeah, take a little bit more clay. And when you're putting the clay in, whenever you're styling, you know, your kid's hair or your client's hair, you just wanna make sure that you're getting the product really into like the roots of the hair, because the roots is like the foundation, you know, of the house of hair, if that makes sense, right? So you wanna make sure you get it really incorporated and get it in there. Now he wants that messy look, so we're gonna diffuse it, we're gonna texture it up, and we're gonna add some powder. Is a diffuser. This diffuser is just the attachment that goes onto the blow dryer that helps to kind of to still dry the hair without pushing it everywhere, kind of messing up the texture that you're trying to bring into the hair. Start from the back and work forward. So as you go here, I'm just kind of moving it around, trying to get the texture in there. And this is the texture that I want to build. I'm trying to scrunch the hair up, apply some heat to it. The cool thing about putting like a good product into hair that, you know, this is gonna stay all day long versus just it looking good for like 10 minutes and then it kind of falling out. And you don't want to keep it in one place because, you know, I am using like high heat, so I am trying to like move it around, scrunch the hair up, especially this front part. I want to scrunch this up a lot. If it's too hot, you can always lower it. Always want to be aware of your, you know, your kid or, you know, or your client. Because the big thing too when styling this is that if you don't style it the right way, it's gonna look like that Edgar cut. But you don't want an Edgar cut. You want it, you know, it's like a textured crop, messy but clean. And you want to do this until the hair is dry and you could feel it dry. That's why I also like to style it, you know, with my hands. Close on the sides, nice taper on the sides and back, textured up, messy fringe. But now to go a little bit, you know, the extra mile, we're gonna add some powder. Boom, ha ha ha, there you go. It just a little bit goes a long way because it is strong. All these products are very strong. So I'm gonna scrunch it up. You see it gives it more texture. You can use a styling comb, and this is the important part too, whenever you're styling it, that you don't let it kind of fall all together, that you kind of piece it up, or else it's gonna look like the whole Edgar thing. Close your eyes, buddy. Put your head down, buddy. You like it? Handsome? Yes? Sure? Awesome? Yes? You like it too? Yeah, see, she likes it too. You like it, buddy? Yes, awesome, handsome, super awesome, super fresh, super fragilistic, espialidocious. You're like, wow, look at you, kid. Wow. Yo, this is nice. I'd be surprising myself. It looks nice. You like it? Mom, you like it?